Alright, are we recording? I think we're recording. Hi, my name is Juno, and welcome to the messiest room in the world. Hi, my name is Juno, and welcome to This Is Gonna Be a Bitch to Edit. Hi, my name is Juno, and welcome to OBS doesn't mirror my camera input, so I feel like I look really weird. And I'm not gonna get used to it the entire time. Hi, I'm Juno, and welcome to really bad lighting. Can I fix that actually? Hold on. Hi, I'm Juno, and welcome to I'm Not Wearing Pants Right Now. So here's the deal. I'm gonna tell you a little backstory before we start. I was supposed to record this yesterday, and my parents went out of town. They went to Vegas 3 days ago because it's their anniversary, and I was like, cool, my family's gonna be out of the house. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm gonna go party. I got home. And my brother for some reason is still awake, and he bought himself a new monitor for his PC. This is like his fifth one, and I was like, can I have your old one? Because I've wanted a new monitor for a while now, and he was like, yeah, sure. I was like, cool, in the morning, I'm going to set this up. It's super easy. I just plug it into the back of my computer, and then I plug it into the wall, and I'll record the unscripted video, and then I'll spend the rest of my day editing. And, you know, if I need to, I'll edit on Monday, and then it'll be done, and I was like, yeah. And then I was like, long story short, because it was a very long story, the monitors weren't working together at first, and I found out I needed an adapter for it, and I was like, cool, how much is the adapter? $10? Sure. It's at Best Buy? I'll go to Best Buy. I'll walk all the way to Best Buy. It's like a 30-minute walk. I'll walk to Best Buy, and I'll make a thing of it, you know? And then I'll come home, I'll plug it in, and I'll do the fucking thing. I was out for 4 hours. They didn't have the thing at Best Buy. I ordered it on their website. I went to their website, and it said they had 2 in stock, and I said, cool, mark me down for pickup, please, because I know that if I just say, let me walk to the place, by the time I get there, it's probably going to be gone. So I ordered it on the website, and I was like, cool, I'm going to go for pickup. I get to the Best Buy, and I check on the link, because I signed up for, like, text updates, and they were like, yeah, we could bring your thing by text, and I was like, cool, let me check the status of my thing to see if it's ready or not, because I never got a thing saying it was ready. So I'm like, let me make sure it's ready. So I click on the link on the text that they sent me, confirming my order, and it said my order had been canceled. And then I scoured literally every single box in that section of the place with the adapters. I needed a HDMI to DisplayPort adapter, and they had DisplayPort to HDMI adapters, but not the other way around. And I was so pissed. And then I went to Five Below, and I bought this keychain. Anyway, long story short, I got home from my fucking shopping spree at like 7 p.m. and I was like, I just want dinner, and I just don't want to think about this anymore. Because I still didn't have the adapter, and I was like, I don't want to work without the adapter, so I just didn't touch my computer the rest of the night. And today I got my adapter, and now I have both screens working. But now it's also 8 p.m. and I'm recording this. My point being, I've not looked at the FNAF wiki yet. I'm going to give myself... It's 8:10 now. I'm going to give myself 50 minutes instead of an hour, just to round it out. I'm going to set an alarm for 9 p.m., and when I come back, I will explain the Five Nights at Freddy's lore to you, hopefully. So I'll be right back. Wish me luck. I'm back. FNAF is a stupid game. I've taken 2 things from spending... I only took 40 minutes, first of all. But I think I got pretty much everything. But I've learned 2 things. 1, this game is fucking stupid. 2, FNAF lore is not nearly as complicated as anyone thinks it is. It's not hard once you, like, lay it all out. It's just that it's formatted and presented in the stupidest way possible because Scott Cawthon didn't know what he was doing, and we have to all accept that. I took notes. I said I wasn't going to take notes, and then halfway through the article on William Afton, which was like the first one I looked at, I was like, I'm not going to remember all of this. So I have notes. I'm not going to reference the wiki. I'm going to do my best to not reference my notes as much as possible. But I do have them up right here because I do have 2 monitors, and I have to utilize both monitors. It's 1983. Showbiz Pizza's been open for 3 years now, so... You know, I don't know what they think they're doing, but this dude named William Afton and his buddy Henry Emily, they're like, hey, we want to do one of those fucking things. We want to make those animatronics sing and shit. We're only going to have 2 characters, and it's going to be good enough. And they opened Fredbear's Family Diner. There's 2 guys. There's Fredbear, and there's Spring Bonnie. And they're animatronics. They're both animatronics. But they're the Springlock suits. You know what Springlock suits are. I'm not gonna bullshit you. They're the ones, they're animatronics, but you can wear them. Because for some reason they didn't think that they could just make separate suits to wear, but whatever. And Springlock suits are all fine and dandy, unless you move too much or get them wet, and then you're fucked. So those are the two guys, and they got their restaurant. They're doing pretty good for themselves. They're providing for their families. You know, Henry's got a daughter, probably a wife. William's got a wife, an unnamed wife, because she doesn't matter, and 3 kids. He's got Elizabeth, he's got Michael, and he's got the crying child. That is what the wiki fandom calls him Evan. I'm going to call him Evan, just for the sake of not having to call him crying child, because that's sad. They got the 3 kids, right? And Henry's got his 1 kid. For literally no reason, just one day, William Afton shows up outside Fredbear's diner and just straight up kills Henry's daughter, Charlie. For no reason. There's no reason why he did that. He just did that. And I think that's really funny. But she dies, and she ends up possessing the puppet. TLDR, Michael's a bitch to his brother, and he bullies him all the fucking time. For some reason, I guess Evan has, like, a fear of the animatronics, but at the same time, he's gonna have his birthday party, like, at Fredbear's Diner, which I could totally see as, like, his dad being like, you're gonna do it, because this is, like, I don't have to pay for it if it's here, you know? And he's like, fine, whatever. On the day of his birthday party, Michael Afton, being a bitch that he is, Bite of 83's him. You've seen it. Everybody's seen it. Roll the clip.
Was that the...
And I guess he dies. So between these 2 deaths, Fredbear's Family Diner shuts down. And I think it's really funny, the idea that, like, Charlotte dies and that's not enough for William Afton to be like, yeah, we should close this place down. It's like only after his kid dies that he's like, you know what, maybe this was a bad idea. So they shut down Fredbear's Family Diner, right? And they open up a new place. I believe that's what happened, is that he kills the 5 kids, again, for literally no reason. He kills 5 kids, puts them in... Okay, he did have a reason this time, actually, but he kills the 5 kids, puts them in the animatronics, and then he gets arrested. But then they don't have enough evidence to, like, actually convict him, so they just let him go, which I feel like would take a lot long, like, in terms of, like... Realistically, it doesn't matter. Let's just say it happened over a couple days. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. Scott Cawthon doesn't care either. Children are in the animatronics, and they're possessing the animatronics, and he did that for a reason. He did that for a reason because William Afton's a little bitch, all right? He's a little bitch that's afraid of dying, and he was like, I'm going to figure out a way to become immortal. And he figured it out, I think, through this thing called a remnant. And remnant is, like... determination in Undertale, except not at all. I don't even know what remnant is. Does it even matter what remnant is? It makes you immortal if you have enough of it or something. It's the reason why the children are possessing the animatronics is because they have remnant, and the remnant is in the robot, and yeah. But William Afton wants to harvest remnant, and he wants to give it all to himself so that he can live forever. And that is the point. That is why he's killing people. That is... I don't know if that's why he killed Charlotte, because I don't think he knew about Remnant then. I think he just wanted to kill Charlotte. I think that was just because he wanted to do that one. But the 5 kids that end up possessing the original animatronics are because he wanted to, like, fuck around and find out with Remnant. And he's gonna find out, but in a little bit. So, next, he makes Circus Baby's Pizza World, which never gets opened. He, like, made, like, a private party that was gonna happen. He was like, yeah, this is gonna be our pre-opening party. Yeah, Michael, invite your friends. Elizabeth, invite your friends. Who gives a shit? Yeah, no one else can come. Don't fucking go near the animatronics. Elizabeth, I'm looking you directly in the eyes. Do not fucking go near Circus Baby. I swear to God, I will kill you myself if you go anywhere near Circus Baby. And she's like, but you made her in my image, Dad. I want to go see the robot that you made that is designed to look exactly like me. And he's like, I swear to God, Elizabeth, if you go anywhere in that room, I will end your life myself. I don't give a shit. And she's like, all right, fine. And then she goes in the room anyway. Circus Baby is an animatronic that has a robotic arm in her stomach that gives ice cream to children. But she's not that. She's not that. She does that, but there's a reason why she does that, and it's because she's there to collect remnants. She's there to kill people. She's there to kill children and steal their remnant. And that's why he doesn't want her to go to Circus Baby, because she kills indiscriminately. But obviously, she's a child, and the robot is made to look like her. And she's like, I want to go see this robot. And she, like, waits until there's no one else in the room, because, of course, she walks up to Circus Baby, and she gets scooped. We've all seen it. Roll the clip. It was really scary. That part actually did scare me when I first saw it. Elizabeth's dead. She is possessing Circus Baby now, but he doesn't know that, I don't think. Maybe he does know that. He probably knows that because he knows that he made her to harvest remnants. So he probably knows. He probably knows that she's a Circus Baby, but he closes the place down. But he still made these animatronics, and he still wants to get some use out of them. So he turns the place into a rental company, and it's called... I didn't write down what it was called, but it's called Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rentals, something like that. Eventually, he sells the rights to that company, to a different company called Fazbear Entertainment. And I have to believe that they changed their name to Fazbear Entertainment after he sold the rights to Circus Babies to them. Because it would be really funny and really weird if he made a character named Freddy Fazbear and then was like, hello, unrelated company named after my character. You want to buy my characters? Sure! He sells the rights to Fazbear Entertainment, and they fuck off for a while, but they're important. They'll come back later. And then he goes to the FNAF 2 location, and then he kills 5 more kids. He can't get enough of that remnant. It's like Pringles. It's like what they say, once you pop, you can't stop. Well, he fucks off for like 30 years. Not 30 years. He fucks off for like 10 years. Here's the thing. I don't know the circumstances of the Bite of 87. I don't think anyone knows the circumstances of the Bite of 87. Hi, it's me, Editing Juno. I'm here to tell you that I royally fucked up the Bite of 87 somehow. What I was going to tell you is that in the Bite of 87, whoever was the night guard employee in FNAF 2, because it's kind of debated on whether it's Michael Afton using another name or if it's just some dude named Jeremy. Whoever it was, if it was a different dude or if it was Michael Afton, gets bitten by Mangle. And then I was going to tell you that if it was a different person other than Michael Afton, they died. But if it was Michael Afton, then he would have had to live because he does other shit afterwards. But I'm stupid because we know that whoever got bitten in 87 lived because Phone Guy says that in the first game.
Then there was the Bite of 87. Yeah. It's amazing that the human body can live without the frontal lobe.
It's like the most famous line from the whole series. I can't believe I forgot that last night. I haven't checked the wiki or anything since then. This is just knowledge of the game that I thought everyone had, except I didn't have it last night. And I'm embarrassed. So that's my correction. Sorry. Michael Afton is the single most interesting character in this franchise. And it's because he's the only character that has like this much like depth and stuff to do. Michael Afton has survivor's guilt. Michael Afton feels bad about killing his brother. It wasn't his fault, but it was totally his fault. But, like, I feel bad for him, so I'm gonna say it's not his fault. But, like, he's an adult now, because it's been, like, 20 years, and he's like, I gotta figure out what the fuck my dad's been doing, because I think my dad might be crazy. I gotta figure that out. So he starts going to the other FNAF locations. He goes to the FNAF 2 location, he goes to the FNAF 1 location. We're gonna assume, for the sake of this video, that Michael Afton is the guy you play as in FNAF 2. I know for a fact he's the guy you play as in FNAF 1. And he goes by fake names in those games because he doesn't want his dad to know that he's working there. Because this might have happened before the stuff I said about. I want to believe it's happening like simultaneously. In the mid to late 90s, William Afton shows up again after killing 5 kids in the FNAF 2 place and then fucking off. He shows up again and he's like, I gotta get the remnant out of these fucking things. I don't want them sitting around because they probably hate me. And it's going to be a real big problem if I just kind of leave him there. So I'm going to go back there. I'm going to go dismantle those animatronics and I don't know, maybe get their remnant or something. I don't fucking know what his motivation is. Do you think I know what William Afton wants at any given moment? No, he's insane. He's crazy. That's like his whole point. He's like the Joker. He goes to the FNAF 1 place and he goes to dismantle the animatronics. But then the ghosts show up and he's like, oh shit. I didn't think that would happen. She's like, fine, they're kids, they're stupid, whatever. I'm just gonna hide from them. Maybe this was like an intimidation tactic. He's trying to scare them again, because he goes back into the Springlock suit that he used to kill them. I didn't establish that. When he killed the kids, he was wearing the Springlock suit. He puts the Springlock suit back on, because he's like, I'm gonna hide from these fuckers, but I'm also gonna, like, intimidate them at the same time. But it's wet. And we all know you can't get wet. And then he gets Springtrapped, and everyone's seen it. Roll the fucking clip. He's dead now.
Oh, he's dead now. Well, here we go.
But it's fine. He's fine. Don't worry about it. He's Springtrap now. Everybody likes Springtrap. Everybody wants to fuck Springtrap. And then he's just kind of there for 30 years. 30 years pass. The year, I think, is 2023. Or 2022. It happens, like, around this time, which I think is fun. 30 years pass. These random people are like, we're gonna do you remember when those real-life murders happened? We should do, like, a horror attraction about that. That'd be really fun and ethical, I think. So they do that, and it's called Fazbear's Fright. And then they were like, you know what would be really cool and ethical? If we, like, got a real animatronic from the place, and assuming that they got him from the place where he got Springtrapped, they had their pick of animatronics. They just chose Springtrap. And they were like, wow, all the original guys are here. There's Freddy, there's Bonnie, there's Chica, there's Foxy, there's this other Freddy for some reason. Who's that over there? I don't know, it's probably like an old prototype one. Let's take that one. Yeah, they put him in FNAF 3. FNAF 3 happens. I think Michael Afton's the guy in that one. He's always been there. It's like that scene in Puss in Boots, the original one.
You never knew it, Puss. But I was always there.
Okay, here's the thing. On the wiki, it says that William Afton sends Michael back to where Circus Babies was to free Elizabeth. Like, free her soul or whatever. I don't believe that. Because if we've been following this through... First of all, how would he get in contact with him? FNAF 3 happened and the place got burnt down. But he was fine, don't worry about it. But how would he find Michael Afton if he's Springtrap? And also, why would Michael Afton listen to anything his father has to say? And you don't need that to be the reason why he goes to Circus Babies, because he was already going to all the places that... He was going to the Freddy Fazbear places already. He didn't need... I'm just deciding that that's not canon, actually, that he didn't tell him to do that. I think he just decided to go there of his own free will, because it makes so much more sense. It, like, unnecessarily complicates things if he tells him to go there. Michael Afton shows up to Circus Baby's Pizza World, and Circus Baby's there. And she shows up, she tricks him, he gets scooped, he dies, I guess.
They always put us back inside. There's nowhere for us to hide here. There is nowhere to go when we look like this. But if we looked like you, then we could hide. If we looked like you, then we would have somewhere to go. The scooper only hurts for a moment.
I guess he's, like, undead now. All the animatronics from Sister Location get in him. And not in a sexy way. I wish it was in a sexy way. And they're like, we're using your skin, baby. And that's entered. And they're like, we're gonna be a human now. We're gonna go see the outside world. Which is honestly kind of sad if you consider that Circus Baby is a person who was underground for, like, 30 years. And that would suck if you were down there the whole time and, like, the only way to go see the outside world again is to, like, kill your brother. But she seemed pretty remorseless about it, honestly. Like, she was pretty cool with the idea of killing. So, whatever. They're a human person, and then Michael just kind of rots because that's what corpses do. You've seen the cutscene. Roll the clip.
This nigga full purple, nigga. My man's so scared, he behind the crib. He in the backyard looking over like, damn.
And then he barfs himself up into the sewer. Ennard goes into the sewers. Roll the clip.
Die.
Hey, you know who's relevant again? Henry Emily. You know what Henry Emily's been doing for 40 years? Being sad. He's not in the plot for 40 years, and then he realizes William Afton killed his kid. And I just imagine him being like, oh shit, I had to do something about this. So he opens another Freddy Fazbear's place, which is the, like, funniest, like, logical conclusion to come to. It's like, shit, because of Freddy Fazbear's, all these children are dead, including my own daughter. What should I do? I know, I'll open another Freddy Fazbear. Ennard, at some point, got sick of each other, and they, like, split up. So, now it's, like, Scrap Freddy, Funtime Freddy, Scrap Baby, the other ones. He builds Lefty, who exists entirely to capture the puppet so that he can bring his daughter back, Charlie, who's in the puppet, in case you remember that. He does all that and then he burns the place down. It's Connection Terminated. Everybody's seen Connection Terminated. It's the only good part of FNAF. Roll the clip. Everybody likes Connection Terminated. Everybody's seen Connection Terminated. The place burns down, and then everyone dies. And I want to put in a joke about how Springtrap's fine, but he's not fine. He's dead. He's just, like, actually dead now. And he goes to hell. He doesn't go to hell is the thing, because there's that part in Connection Terminated where he's like, yeah, you're going to hell, fuck you, but he doesn't go to hell. Because he would go to hell, but he doesn't go to hell because of Golden Freddy, and I don't know why it's Golden Freddy. I don't know what the significance of Golden Freddy is, but she's really pissed at him, and she's so pissed at him that she single-handedly, like, makes a personal purgatory for William Afton, and I guess for everyone else too, because she drags them all in there with her, and she's like, listen, we're gonna torture this guy fucking forever for what he did to us. We are gonna, like, I have unending, infinite, eternal amounts of hatred for this man. I need him to suffer 10 million times the amount that he made us suffer, alright? And they're like, alright, I guess so. And that's what Ultimate Custom Night is. He's dead, and he's gone forever, except not really. But he doesn't come back. William Afton's dead. William Afton is dead. Mark my worms. Right now, William Afton is dead and gone, and he's gone forever. And William Afton, the guy, is not coming back, but the idea of William Afton is still around. UCN marks the end of what the FNAF wiki calls the Click Team era, because it was all those games were made in Click Team Fusion by Just Scott. And then after that, he got Steel Wool to make the games. And then they got a lot higher budget, and that involves the last, let's say 3 games. The plot is, kind of a continuation, kind of a soft reboot, kind of doesn't matter. Just don't think about the connection between the two that much. I believe you could connect them. I'm going to talk about them in the sense that, they are connected. But I also don't think that, every little detail from the Click Team era needs to be the exact same in Steel Wool era. I think they can retcon things. I think if they want to retcon things, they're fine to do that. Anyway, FNAF Help Wanted, FNAF VR, the VR game, you play as a guy. I genuinely could not find an article on the FNAF wiki that explains the plot of FNAF VR, so this is entirely off my memory as someone who did not finish the game. You play as a dude. I don't think it matters who you play as. You play as a guy who gets hired by Fazbear Entertainment. You remember Fazbear Entertainment. They bought the rights to Circus Baby's entertainment and rentals. I guess to the characters, but now they have full reign over all the characters. Again, it's a soft reboot. Fazbear Entertainment's here, and they insist that everything that happened in the previous games, all the killings and stuff, it was all just a fun little urban legend. And aren't we so glad that we partook in this little horror story together? It was so fun. Throw all that out the window. It wasn't real. It wasn't real. Trust me. I guess it's in lore of VR game 2. I don't know. I don't remember. That there was a guy who was there before you, and he went crazy. So good luck. Glitchtrap shows up. And everyone thought that was just William Afton again, but it's not. It's the Mimic. They just introduced the Mimic, and I think it's stupid. I'm going to explain the Mimic now. I didn't read the book that the Mimic was introduced in, so this is off the FNAF wiki. The Mimic was made by a guy named David? No. It was made by a guy named Edwin, and I think his son was named David. His son doesn't matter. He made the Mimic to be a toy for his son or something like that, but then his son dies, and Edwin's pissed about it, and he physically abuses the Mimic, which I think is so stupid, because that's the reason why the Mimic is evil, and I don't think they needed to give the Mimic a tragic backstory for it to be evil, because you could so easily just be this is a robot that doesn't understand human morals and ethics, and that's why it doesn't know not to kill people. Why'd you need to make the Mimic a poor little meow meow? I don't understand. It can mimic things, so it mimics William Afton or Glitchtrap. It becomes Glitchtrap, because Glitchtrap wasn't an existing character. And it's a computer virus. And then Vanny's there. But she's just Vanessa. But I think she gets brainwashed or something. I don't know. I didn't finish Ruin either. He shows up at the end of Security Breach as Burntrap. I don't know why he's so obsessed with looking like William Afton, but worse. This game's dumb. Security Breach isn't great. I love Security Breach. It's not a good game. What I thought was going to happen when they first introduced Vanessa, I thought that she was going to be a cultist. And okay, have you played Hotline Miami 2? Where at the end of Hotline Miami 1, Jackie gets arrested? He gets arrested and he's in jail for all of Hotline Miami 2. But the whole point of Hotline Miami 2 is the effects that the shit that Jackie did in the first game affected other people. And so there's the group called the fans who are copycat killers because they thought he was cool. So I thought that Vanny was gonna be some cultist who was a copycat killer of Springtrap who saw him and she was yeah, he's cool and I want to be just like him. I'm gonna bring him back from the dead. Because if they were gonna bring Springtrap back, that would be the coolest way to do it. And I thought that was the point of Burntrap, was that she undeaded him a 5th time. I thought that was what we were gonna do, and it wasn't. And then I thought, okay, if they weren't gonna do that, like, if Springtrap wasn't actually gonna come back, then maybe, like, Vanessa would be the next, like, main antagonist. Because she would still be a weird cultist who, like, wants to mimic Springtrap. But then they didn't do that either. Now the main antagonist is the Mimic. But I don't know how Vanessa plays into the Mimic. Because I didn't finish Ruin. Security Breach is a video game about a boy named Gregory. And you know what? I kind of don't like Gregory. Gregory's kind of lame, actually. It's like in the future, these things can't be considered animatronics anymore. They're way too advanced. They're just robots now. And they have a virus that makes them evil. I guess that was Glitchtrap? I guess that was the Mimic? And it made them evil and want to kill Gregory. Except Freddy, who's good. Because he didn't get the virus because he malfunctioned while he was on stage. And now he's good and he wants to help Gregory. And then he does. And that's basically the end of that game. Burntrap shows up. The Mimic shows up as Burntrap for like 2 minutes. And it kind of doesn't matter. And this game isn't very well made. FNAF Ruin is DLC'd FNAF Security Breach. And basically the only overall plot relevance I can think of is like, the Mimic is here again. And he wants to be let out of the Pizza Puck so he can go wreak havoc amongst the world. And so he gets Cassie to show up, who I guess is Gregory's friend, and he mimics Gregory. And is like, oh my god, Cassie, I'm stuck in the Pizzaplex. You have to come down here, all the way down to the deepest, darkest pits of the Pizzaplex. I got stuck here, it was totally an accident. Come help me, oh no. So she does all that. And then it was a trap, can you believe it? She frees the Mimic. But it tries to kill her, and then I think there's an ending where she kills it, but I don't think that's canon because why would it be? I think it's canon that it just gets out and now we don't know where it is, which is a fun place to leave off on for like a DLC, you know? Like, oh my god, anything can happen from this point on. I guess the Mimic's just the main antagonist now, and I'm fine with that if they give Vanny any plot relevance because I like Vanny and I want her to be plot relevant. And I guess I have to care about Cassie and Gregory now. I just want to see Mangle again. I like Mangle. I don't know what the FNAF movie's going to be about. I'm so scared about the FNAF movie because I feel like it's not going to be good. Like, everyone keeps saying it's going to be good, but people said that about the Mario movie. People hyped up the Mario movie so much. I had the same feeling about the Mario movie. Everyone was like, the movie's going to be so good. And I was like, really? Like, it looks fine. Like, it looks like it's going to be dumb fun, but, like, it's not going to be a masterpiece or anything. It's, like, not even going to be Illumination's best movie, I don't think. And then it wasn't. It was fine. And I feel like the FNAF movie is, you're going to watch it, and it's going to be camp, but it's not going to be a good movie. I want to be proven wrong. I don't think I'm going to be right. I don't know. I'm not going to badmouth the movie before it comes out, because I am going to see it opening night, because I've liked this franchise since I was 12 years old, and I can't leave. I'm in hell. I'm just like Springtrap. I always come back. I'm gonna go edit for... How long is this? 47 minutes. Jesus Christ, I gotta edit for 3 days. Alright, bye everyone.